Navigating new frontiers. Okay, so before we begin our meetings, there are a few housekeeping rules which I hope everyone can comply with. The first one is that we will be taking a recording of video. So make sure to behave. Next, please be silent when you are not speaking. Respect the speakers, as well as try to silence your phone. Feel free to use the washroom. The restroom is just right beside us, first floor, for both male and female. And of course, this meeting will be recorded for archive purpose. Without further ado, let us welcome our presiding officer for opening address.
First of all, I prefer to use a mic, since my voice is not as loud as Elven.
Train! Yay! Lies! That day contest with scream and everything.
Vocal rest. I've got to come in once. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to University Malaya Toastmaster Club 399 meeting. Woo! Before that, I would like to acknowledge some external role players who help out as today's meeting. First, thanks Toastmaster Chloe, Presentation Master Level 1 from TARC Toastmasters Club as our Grammarian. Second, we have Toastmaster Siew, Distinguished Toastmaster Siew Ikhtifar Selamat from Sherru Toastmaster Club as our speech evaluator. Lastly, we have Toastmaster Alfred, Dynamic Leadership Level 4 from Cyberstars Toastmasters Club, and also Master Zhen Toastmaster Club as our evaluator too. And also, I have seen some new faces, our new members, and also other Toastmaster members from other clubs as coming. Thank you for joining us today. We have our Area W2 Director Toastmaster Bernard. And also Toastmaster Conan from Taylor's Toastmaster Club. And also some new faces, new members. Welcome to University Malaya Toastmasters Club. Our theme today is navigating new frontiers. In this world full of evolving, new frontiers are anywhere. In your workplace, in your personal growth, your technology, or even though yourself. Even like today, the technical issues is also count as the new frontier. But despite we avoiding them, we have to face it, challenge it, and to overcome all of the new frontiers. In Toastmasters, new frontiers also exist. All of us join here. I think majority, at least 95% of us all are not the confident speakers, but we join here and then to explore to find out our new ability. We take speeches, we take roles, or we take as evaluators, and then throughout these steps we found out a new us, and then we are navigating the new frontiers too. So today, let us sit back and let us listen and let us learn during this 2-hour 15 minutes meeting, and hope you all can gain something today. With that, I would like to call this meeting a start. And I would like to pass this stage to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Elven, Dynamic Leadership Level 2. The stage is yours.
Yes, it's me again. Some says I look like a decent person. Some says I look like Locke and you, which I know. I humbly accept the fact. Anyways, when it comes to history of Toastmaster, the proudest thing that as a Toastmaster member that I have gained is actually the network. Of course, I'm not saying that I have met all those 270,000 members right there, but then I get to meet some of them. For example, Toastmaster Siew, Toastmaster Chloe, and etc. etc. So let's talk about Toastmaster history. Oh, sorry. Okay, anyways, Toastmaster was founded, this club was founded 101 years ago, back in 1924. And in 2007, our founder, which is Mr. Vincent from ASAA Toastmaster Club, has chartered Toastmaster Club in University Malaya. First, it goes through a program called CITRA, which is also known as the Center of Industrial Training and Relations, which is one of the departments in And the first meeting was actually held in the Faculty of Languages and Linguistics, which it called TIKUN. The first name is called TIKUN. Toastmaster International Club, University Malaya, was chartered on 18th of April of 2007. Yep, it was on 2007. I am much more older than our club. I think it's my honor. A year later, in 2008, the club changes its name to University Malaya Toastmaster Club. And here we are today with 18 years of age. And I believe some of you could be younger than the age of our club. But I will also not reveal some of the age of our seniors, such as Toastmaster Saifu. Anyway,
But I care.
when it comes next to the flow of today's meeting, we have 3 stages. The first phase is prepare speech, followed by table topics, and last but not least, evaluation. The only rationale that putting table topics after prepare speech is to keep everyone awake, so that maybe your adrenaline can be enhanced or increased. And without further ado, I would like to introduce the role players today. First of all, can we have our Grammarian Toastmaster Chloe from TARC Toastmaster Club? Woo!
Okay, that's great. Hi everyone, I'm Chloe. I'm from TARC Toastmasters Club, and this is my first time being UM, so I don't know how the culture works here, but okay, anyway. So I'm the Grammarian for today, and the Grammarian is essentially your English teacher for the meeting. So I will take note of the excellent phrases and words that are spoken on this stage, as well as any incorrect pronunciations and grammar. So the word of today, the word of the day is serendipity, which is a noun. So serendipity means the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. So for example, one of the sentences that it could be used for is, it was only through pure serendipity that I met my best friend. So it's more of a like by chance and by sheer luck. So that is all for me today. Oh yeah, I will also be keeping count on this, so hope everyone tries to use this word, okay? Thank you so much.
Woo! It was only through pure serendipity that we can have Toastmaster Chloe to attend our meeting.
One already.
Next,
Aiyo.
what is this? Anyone have a guess?
Speak crutches.
Okay, yes, speak crutches. Let us welcome our R counters today. Xiang, yes. Let us welcome Toastmaster Xiang, also our new Toastmaster and the first time R counter. Okay, the side is a bit chaotic, I'm so sorry, but
Hi, my name is Xiang. I'm a new member of UMTMC.
Yay.
So, greetings, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as clutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or I mean, this mean, I mean. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
thank you, Toastmaster Xiang. Thank you, our counter, such a gentleman. Next, let us welcome our timer for today, Toastmaster Siew. The stage is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Siew and I am the timer for today's meeting. So today I will be Today I will be timing the prepared speeches, table topics and also evaluations. The timer will be timed using the cards, using the green, yellow and also the red. The red card. And in case you don't know where am I am sitting there. Okay. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you for our role players. They are like our guidance, our guardians. Yes, not guidance, I'm so sorry. Anyways, without further ado, let us move on to our prepared speech. So, I can see that the first speaker is very nervous. It is not you, Ikhtifar, no worries. Okay, but before that, let me introduce the pathway education program of Toastmaster. For some of the guests here, or for some of the new members here, Toastmaster has 11 paths, 5 core competencies.
Correction, at the moment there's only 6 paths, there's no more 11.
Update yourself.
Sorry, 6.
6 paths.
6 paths. 5 core competency and 5 levels. So each competency actually tackle on each kind of different skill set. For example, you have public speaking, interpersonal communication, leadership, and etc. etc. Without further ado, let us welcome our first speaker, Toastmaster Aimaan Junaaid bin Mohamed Arsad, presenting you level 1, writing a speech with purpose. But before Toastmaster Aimaan presents his speech, can us have his evaluator to read out the purpose statement?
Yeah.
Hi, Toastmaster Aimaan. The purpose of this speech is to learn and over-review the basic method for writing a speech with a defined purpose and present a well-organized speech on any topic. Thank you, Toastmaster Aimaan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aimaan. Are you nervous?
Can I say in the scale of 1 to 10?
Yes, sure.
50.
Okay. Are you ready? No, we actually don't care about it. But Toastmaster Aimaan, life will change. Toastmaster Aimaan Junaaid bin Mohamed Arsad. Toastmaster Aimaan Junaaid bin Mohamed Arsad. Life will change. The stage is yours.
Betul lah.
So, change. What do you guys think about when you hear the word change? Okay, so I think change is a word that when you hear it, the first thing you hear is like some deep fear in your heart, because who uses cash anymore in this year? So, and change can come in our lives in multiple ways. It can come in the form of meeting new people. You go to a new location. You go to a new school. You just went to a new job. You talk to someone younger than you and you just learn about the new slang. Truly, life brings a lot of changes to ourselves. And it's different. We don't know, it's something that we are not familiar with. So we get scared. It's different. So basically, our minds are wired to be afraid of change. Back then, when we used to scavenge for food and live in caves just to survive, we basically cannot afford to take huge risks. If something is slightly different, it could be a potential threat to our lives. And if you just want to live to see the sun rise another day, it was not worth the risk. Over time, however, we learned how this world worked. We gained new knowledge, we invented things, our quality of life improved, and we even managed to change society as a whole. But why when I want to go to the haircut, to cut my hair, after it's been like years since I cut my hair, I feel like God is giving me his greatest challenge to his weakest soldier. And it all boils down to we are just scared of change. As it boils down to control. When you have control over something, you basically think it's secure, safe, predictable. If something is basically controlled, if something is consistent, well, why do we have to worry about anything? All will just be the same. Which is why, when a change eventually does happen, the first thing we do, we panic. Anxiety kicks in our bodies, and we don't really know what to do. After all, everything around us is changing. The thing is, change is just unpredictable. The change isn't just knocking at your door and say, oh yeah, you know you told your crush about, you told your friend that you was like someone, well yeah, she's gonna like them later on. No, instead you get a text message at 12 a.m. saying, oh yeah, I told her by the way, I'm sorry. Yeah, you really can't prepare when it happens, even what it is. And ironically, the only constant thing in our lives is change. Everything changes. The seasons change, it becomes hot, then it becomes rainy, and then it becomes hot. Even then in Malaysia, I think it's okay, another constant in life, I just thought about it, is that we always complain about the weather. And well, everything has a cycle. Sometimes some popular trend that's happening in a week just dies off. Sometimes you meet someone and you just never see him again. People will come and go in your life, and that is part of the course of our lives. And we shouldn't be afraid of changes in our life. Sure, it feels like everything is going to crumble down in our life, but who knows? Change isn't all that bad. In fact, it can be a good thing. Change is really painful. I can tell you right now. It's really painful seeing someone you used to talk to a lot, your best friend, just move on with life. They do their own stuff now without you. It's really heartbreaking to know that someone you used to doesn't like you back, and the dynamic between you just is never the same anymore. It's also very scary to go to somewhere new, you see all these new faces, and you just don't know whether they're friendly or they're really going to be hostile to you. It's really terrifying. But how long are we going to let this fear of change impact our life? After all, change isn't always something chaotic. Instead, it can be something beautiful, like serendipity. You know, there may be some random change in your life that happened, and it might change your world for the better, unless you create a microwave that can travel back to China, but who knows. And in essence, change is important in our lives. If we don't change, how are we going to grow as people? I mean, we are not the same people as we always used to be. I'm definitely not the same person as I was 13 years ago. I used to think 19-year-old me was really dumb. 18-year-old me thought that 17-year-old me was a hopeless romantic. And I'm pretty sure no, it's okay. I'm really perfect right now. So surely in the future you won't think I'm gonna look back on this right now. But the point is, life will change. So instead of running away from these changes and hiding fear, why don't we just embrace the changes? And who knows, maybe your life will turn out for the better. Or instead, you just become an enemy fan like me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aimaan. The topic that Toastmaster Aimaan choose, which is life will change, is actually quite aligned with our theme today, which is navigating new frontiers. By what he has said, change is the only constant. Who could have imagined last time I used to be like Toastmaster Conan, so handsome, and today I'm like in this face. It's okay. I hope one day Toastmaster Conan you don't grow to be like that. It's okay. But also witnessing the growth of Toastmaster Aimaan from a person that is quite introvert until he took so many initiatives to come onto the stage to deliver wonderful speeches. That is a huge change, and that is a huge improvement. continue the session, are you guys ready for the next speaker?
Yes.
That speaker is none other than Keith. Let us welcome Toastmaster Keith to the stage. So maybe we can have the evaluator Toastmaster Alfred to read out the proposed statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, and brother Keith, here is the purpose of your speech. It's for you to practice using vocal variety and body language. All the best to you. Back to you.
Toastmaster Keith is preparing his speech. Matriculation the matrix.
What's that?
Junaaid Keith. Junaaid Keith. Matriculation the matrix. Matriculation the matrix. Junaaid Keith. The stage is yours.
Some of you might have heard of my icebreaker speech, and you guys knew that I'm from Kedah Matriculation College. Well, when I was first there, I do face many uncertainties like illnesses or culture shock. But today, I'm going to tell you how fun matriculation actually was. Yes, it's really fun. Here's the context. It's all about a real-world cat-mouse game. You know, back then in matriculation, they loved to hold events in the hall at the late night, during 9 p.m. And that's absolutely crazy. What's crazier was that those events usually last more than 2 hours. So, after being to some of those events, I started complaining. I'm like, bro, no, I'm not going to that sauna room again. And at the time, I had a gang of guys with me, around 10 plus people. And some of them were like, guys, John, this time I'm trying to escape. And that's how the greed and grand plan starts. Okay, but before that, just for information, back then in matriculation, we have something called fellow. Yeah, we have it here in UM dormitories as well. So their job basically was to handle dormitory issue. But in matriculation, they have one additional job, which were to get all students down to the hall to attend those events. So, what did they do? Okay, not gonna lie, they are pretty genius on that. Some of the students might try to hide in their room during those events. So what they do is, they'll pretend to have a master key, and they'll insert it into your keyhole and start knocking on your door. Bam, bam, bam. And that's how those students got scared and went to the hall for the event. Looking back, it was quite hilarious, but with that in mind at that time, we decided not to hide in the room. So our very first step was to get out from the dorm and not heading towards the hall. So, what we do, okay, let me just describe the dormitory structure in advance. Basically, for boys, the dormitory structure is in a square design with a total of 3 floors, and there's a staircase on 4 corners of it. And for boys, we have a total of 2 blocks connected by a linking bridge. So, we first gather at one of us room as we need to get out. And then, what happened is that those fellows have started to call us from going down. They are like, semua resident college kediaman sila turun sekarang. Meanwhile, we have finished preparing. We are on the 2nd floor, and we have an observer, our friend. He started to sneak out of the room. At first, he didn't notice anything, but suddenly, he saw a fellow was wandering around the 1st floor and start taking his step up to the 2nd floor. By then, we knew that we shouldn't wait anymore, but to start taking our step to another block, as we need to hit a precious and unknown space, which is a small room located behind the library, where we did some investigation. The room was locked at the night. Don't ask me how we did those investigations. Yeah? The room was locked at the night, so it should be a perfect place for us to hide. Now, you may be asking, Ayo, then why don't you just go to the hall? Just sit there and play with your phone. My reply is, life isn't life without challenge. Right? Okay. So, coming back to the topic, we then successfully, with our very light footstep, headed to the linking bridge I mentioned just now. Out of the blue, we saw a fellow was heading towards us from another block. We then quickly rushed into the washroom located within the middle of the linking bridge. Fortunately, he did not notice anything and just walked past the bridge. We, in the washroom, was like, watch out, you tell me or not? Faster check. Okay. And yeah, fortunately, so he didn't check out the bathroom, and we successfully got to another block, and we went down to the ground floor through the staircase. Our next step was to head towards the library. In fact, the distance between the boys' dormitory and the library wasn't that far, but the main thing is that we have the biggest fear in Matriculation. The guards were wandering around. Anyone from Matriculation? You guys have similar experience with your kids. Kadang Matriculation College, right? Yeah. So, their purpose was to ensure the safetyness of students within the college compound. But if you saw them, especially in the late night, they will most probably ask you, malam-malam ni, pergi mana? Matric card bagi. Another key thing was that the path between the boys' dorm and the library was fully lit up, which means we had nowhere to hide and we had only one chance. Some of my friends were like, guys, this is no joke. If you get caught, we are drinking coffee at admin's office tomorrow. I'm like, bro, chill. Free coffee is good. I can save my Milo packet for tomorrow. Okay, so after ensuring there's no suspicious people around, we then successfully, with our very fast speed, we sprint towards the library, and eventually we got to the small room I mentioned just now. We then chilled out and talked about our futures and dreams there in an awkward situation. Yes, and that's the end of the story. That's how my peers and I went through our matriculation era. It was a place I truly love and hated, but it's where I truly live. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keith, for such a wonderful story. At the moment, I thought that he is like a James Bond handling, and then at the moment he was like a Michael Jackson moonwalking, and then after all, he back to Keith. A life without challenge is not considered as a life. I love the quote. So, the next speaker, which is Toastmaster Sherru. Let's welcome Toastmaster Sherru to the stage. Sure. Toastmaster Sherru is bringing us connect with storytelling. But before that, can we have the evaluator, which is Toastmaster Zhen, to read out the purpose statement?
Woo! So Toastmaster Sherru today is doing a project Connect with Storytelling, and the purpose is for the member to practice using a story within a speech, or giving a speech that is a story. I'm looking forward for the speech, and I'll pass the floor back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zhen. Toastmaster Sherru, missing food. Missing food. Toastmaster Sherru, the stage is yours.
Have you ever lost something really valuable, like a phone?
I see.
That feeling of dread, thinking that you would never get it back, but somehow you got it back. It was a day before my holiday. I was walking to the lobby to get my deliver food. There was plenty of tiny plastic bags packed with food. I looked at my overloaded recycling bag. I thought I would need to place my handphone on the table for a while so that I can quickly retrieve my quickly get my deliver food. I reminded myself, remember to take the phone after getting your food. Nevertheless, while I was searching for the food, suddenly something caught my eye. Spicy mala tag. It was my favorite flavor. My mind started drifted away. thinking about all those delicious food that I would like to enjoy during my holiday. It was only when I went back to my room, wanting to plug in my handphone, then only I realized my phone was still on that table. I rushed to that table, but I saw nothing. Hence, I quickly borrowed someone passing by their phone. I tried to call my phone, but I heard nothing. Scamming, the prevalent issue, came into my mind. I worried that a scammer would call my parents or my sisters, telling them that I was in a critical situation and wanted to scam away their money. Hence, I called my mom and my sisters, but they are not picking up. The second thing came into my mind was to save my money. Without my phone, I wouldn't be able to transfer my saving away from my account. But there was one thing I could do. I still had my debit card. So I rushed to the nearest place that I could think of that have both RHB and Bank Islam ATM machine. I wanted to save my saving, but time was ticking. The sky was getting darker. I worried that something would happen to me when I'm retrieving my cash. Hence, I rushed to the KBS and get my money. While I was on my way back to my room, I hoped that a miracle would happen. I would see my phone still on the table. But of course, nothing was there. But then, something caught my eye again. It was a black, circular CCTV camera right on the table. Yes, I thought I might be able to get my phone back. That night, I navigated the frontier. I talked to the AI on my iPad. I asked what I could do now. It suggested me using Google Find My Device. By tracing my recent Google account activity in my phone, I managed to locate my phone in PPR flag. But I also doubted its accuracy. So I checked my sister's phone that also has my Google account. It was at USM Kelantan. No. My sister was indeed studying in USM Kelantan. That means it's really accurate. The next morning, I went to the office and asked for the CCTV footage. Sadly, they said it has not been working for a very long time. I was really upset. I thought that was my hope. But the staff told me that last night, a contractor saw a suspicious motorcyclist holding two phones at the same time. The smart contractor jotted down the motorcycle plate number and passed it to me. But I was still frustrated because I don't even know whether that motorcyclist is the thief or not, and I'm not sure how to use a motorcycle plate number to check who is the thief. Nevertheless, I didn't want to give up. Hence, I asked the staff to jot down whatever he knew, and I brought along the plate number and the letter to the police station. The police say, kita tak boleh tiba-tiba masuk ke kedai itu untuk dapatkan telefon bimbit kamu. Hence, I had no choice but to give them my last piece of information, the plate number. At that time, I only showed them my iPad AI showing the location at the burger shop. So they think that the AI is not really working. So I handed in the last piece of information. Then only they started to take action. I saw they started to calling each other and also using their computer. The police told me I had 50% of chance to get my phone back. At the police station, Suddenly, a man appeared in front of me after a while. He told me that he was trying to safeguard my phone. It was very ridiculous. He brought it all the way to the PPR flat to safeguard it. He was waiting for a call long enough for him to pick it up. But instead, my parents and my friends already called the phone for some time, but he never picked it up. Eventually, he returned my phone. With all these ups and downs, I still managed to get my phone back. There might not be serendipitous events for us to encounter and to in our despair moment, but always keep your spirit up and always try everything till the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sherru. Give me a moment. Missing food, missing food. People like me always missing one thing in life. Love. The answer is, I'm missing my role players every time when meeting comes. Hi. But it's okay. Rookie, by the way. Next, let us have the fourth speaker, which is Toastmaster Mohamed Ikhtifar Rafi, to present us distinguished Toastmaster second stage. Let us welcome him to the stage. The guy who laughed at me for missing love anyways. Let us invite Toastmaster Siew, his evaluator, to read out the purpose statement.
Because this is a distinguished Toastmaster project, so the level is going to be very high. It's not going to be simply just pass around. So the purpose of the project is for the member to demonstrate his skill as a leader in public speaking. Remember, to public speaking means everything no no grammar must be correct. And the purpose of this second project is for members to share some aspect of his experience completing the project. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siew. Toastmaster Mohamed Ikhtifar Rafi, skills versus authority. Skills versus authority. Toastmaster Mohamed Ikhtifar Rafi, the stage is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight to present about the conclusion of my DTM project, which was done in September 2024. My first speech for the DTM project was done, I think, about 4 months ago, and it was focusing on how well or how did I manage or how did I present the work. Okay? Basically, for my DTM project, the project was about me organizing a allied health week for Seng Medical Center. A bit of background, Seng Medical Center has about 7,000 staff and about 2,000 beds, if I'm not mistaken, and 6 towers. The project was a mega project because we called upon about 30 people from each of the divisions, allied health divisions, to come and help with the project because it's going to be a week long, allied health week. And before that, I just want to give a bit of preview. What is actually a allied health week? Just want to ask, is there anyone from Medic Fact here? Only one. But then you're not allied health. If you enter a hospital, tell me, what do you relate with a hospital?
Insurance. COVID.
Sickness.
I mean the occupations there. The people who are working in hospital. You will see doctors. Doctors and nurses, they only tell you how long you live or you're going to live long. And also you see nurses and nurses, they will be cleaning your poo, your vomit, and also your giving your food. And lastly, you see pharmacists who will be giving drugs. But how about the other type of workers, which is categorized under the allied health professionals, such as medical lab scientists, dietitians, optometrists, and other type of allied health professionals. We are often unknown. It's only when COVID occurred that people will know that, oh, there are other people who are working in hospital, the unseen heroes, who serve and also sacrifice their time. So this Allied Health Week is supposed to appreciate them, to show appreciation to the allied professionals, to showcase their professional or their jobs to the public, and also the most important thing is to showcase Sunway Medical Center as a premier tertiary medical center, so that people will come and give money, and at the end of the day, we will get bonus. So, the picture: a big hospital in Bandar Sunway, 30 people from all around Sunway Medical Center from different type of professions come together and try to organize a Allied Health Week, which will last about 6 days. And the events that we do is number one, blood donation, because we want to ensure that there's enough blood supply in the hospital. Number two, a few presentations from other hospitals, other allied health professionals, and also maybe some vendors will come and give their CMEs to better equip us with knowledge of the latest things that are happening in the medical health field. Number three, a mini Kidzania, where we open booths to imitate something like the Kidzania at Damansara, so that students or kids will know about the medical line, the medical professional. And also, what we had was an open booth where we showcase our tests and also expertise to public, which was at Sunway Jail. So just imagine, we have to put our best foot in front and impress, number one, the public, number two, the staff, and number three, our bosses. It's not an easy job, because the number one person that we actually have to impress is our bosses. And just imagine this 6 days event, a plethora of events that going through Sunway Medical, outside of Sunway Medical, which is Geo and Venue and all that. We had one problem. The boss was saying that, you want to do all this, but my budget is only 20,000. We went back and calculated, and just be mindful that none of us are accountants. We're trying to calculate where to save money and where to cut costs. Calculate and say that, boss, the best we can do is 30,000. Then the boss said that, I give you 15,000. The rest, you have to raise your own money. So what we did was, we went to vendors, the people that always supply us with equipments and also with kits and everything, and we asked them for money. So this is where public speaking comes, actually not public speaking, this is when impromptu speech comes to play, where you go and say,
wow, so far.
Sir, we have been buying our equipments for very long.
Wow.
I think we already spent about $1 million buying our equipments. Could you give us 2,000 for our event?
I can give you $2, but can I have like advertisement on your event?
Yeah, we will make sure the logo is on the back.
How much in front?
I can. So just imagine that do this not once, not twice, but at least 20 times.
Wow, you blackmail people lah.
You guys lah, don't want to go to Sunway Medical Center. I mean, I'm not promoting Sunway. I already resigned from Sunway, so I'm not promoting Sunway. But do come to Sunway. It's the top tertiary center of excellence for medicine.
Really?
And third skill I learned from Toastmasters. Second skill I learned from Toastmasters is having a thick face. You know why? Because when you do impromptu speech later on, you have to have a thick face to go against or to go under or to go around the topic, which only in Toastmasters you can find. And the last skill that I learned from Toastmasters is to be confident. Yes, I may not know all the facts. I may not know at that time how much money we already raised. But thanks to the confidence being bestowed by Toastmasters International, I can say that we need money. If you give us 2,000, we make sure that we will print a 10 cm by 10 cm logo on the back. If you give us 5,000, we will make sure that the banner will have your logo. And if you give us 20,000, we will have a special booth in Sunway where all the patients will walk past and come to your booth and listen to what you have, what products you have. And it worked. But I think we worked, and we raised about 60,000. And of course, Sunway being Sunway, that 60,000 doesn't belong to us. We have to put in the Sunway accounts. Because in Sunway, everything is business. Thank God I resigned from Sunway. So everything is business. Even a small event, you are supposed to show profit, not loss. If not, no bonus for you. That was the financial part settled. Now, the planning part. I, at that time, was just a medical lab scientist, a small fry, in the B organization of Sunway. And the person who was in charge of the whole program was a senior manager, already worked in Sunway about 20 years. And guess what? He has a private line to Tan Sri, Sir Dato Sri Jeffrey Chia. And whatever we do is also part of our ASAP, our career performance. How? Never mind, let's do this. So we plan. We say that, okay, on Monday we're going to have this, on Tuesday we'll have this, on Thursday we'll have this. Then the boss came, the manager came and said that, no. Dato is not free on this day, cancel. We change to another day. And I said, okay, let's do that. And this is where I realized that some managers love their voice and only love their voice and don't want to listen to people. This type of manager, what you have to do? Say yes to everything because he loves his voice and he wants to, is open to be taught. And this also reflects in my 360 evaluation. One of the things that I did poorly was not being humble enough to cater to this type of managers. I am a direct person. If it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. I can't go and say that, yes, you're right, yes, we'll do, yes. The shit is beautiful, the shit is tasteful. It's like blue standard, yes. And many of my friends or colleagues gave me this evaluation where I didn't have enough patience to be humble and also to curry favor the managers so that I can do whatever I want to do and at the same time make them happy. And these results came out when it was my appraisal time, where my manager said that, that manager that you work with during the Allied Health Week said that you are very stubborn, you are not a team player. So that's why I have to manage off your leadership skills because you're not being a team player. You want to bulldoze everything. Then I said to her that, ma'am, I've been working for you for 5 years. Do you think I'm not a team player? Ikhtifar, I know that you are a team player. You are the number one to go out and do everything and the last one to come back. However, there are people who have bigger authority says that you're not a team player, so I have to follow. I can salute your work, I can say that you're a good person and everything, but since authority supersedes talent all the time, or authority supersedes skills all the time, I have to give you a low mark for your leadership skills. And I said, okay ma'am. So bonus up? Don't worry, you still got a bonus. It's just that instead of having 6 months, we'll give you 3 months. So guys, based on what I've gone through and everything, it is sometimes it's useless to have talent when you have no power or authority to back up it. At the same time, sometimes it's very useful if you have talent, which is to able to carry balls or to suck up to your managers, so that you can do whatever you want to do, and at the same time deliver your goals at the end. Back to you, Toastmaster Rafi.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Such a practical story that I believe many of the adults would have faced this in their career. But nonetheless, skills is also important, and I believe Toastmaster Ikhtifar, of course you have the skill. Now let us move to vote for the best project speaker. So for everyone, you can scan for this and vote for the best project speaker.
No lah, I want to highlight.
Worst to worst, I can only repeat this project one more time.
Yeah. The problem is right now. Serious. Because the real or
apa aku repeat ah?
that photo.
What's this project?
DTM.
DTM was some project, right?
Yeah.
Special project.
Special project.
The purpose supposed to be to show the result, to share the result, the journey and the impact. Not the story, not the process.
Okay, thank you everyone for those who have voted. The result is out. Before we go to the next phase, which is table topics, I just want to give a few suggestions. I just want to give a few suggestions. For those who want to go out of the room, maybe you can use the door at the back so that it wouldn't disturb the speaker. Okay, thank you for taking the advice. Now come back to our next session, which is our table topics. Let us welcome the table topic master.
For the best table topic speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ikhtifar. This is the gift for the best table topic speaker later.
I thought you wanted the phone.
Let us welcome the table topic master of the day, which is Toastmaster Nina, to the stage.
Go, Conan, first one.
Toastmaster Nina is also our new member, and the first day that she attended the meeting, she is already doing table topic master. Woo! Toastmaster Nina, are you ready?
Yes.
Stage is yours.
Alright. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nina. I will be your table topics master for today. So, what is table topics? Basically, it's a 1 to 2 minute impromptu speech where I would have both the guests and the members to come up and give you a little speech. The speech was, the timer will start when you start talking, and at the end of the session, there will be a poll again for best speaker, and best speaker gets
The car shape.
yes, the car shape. Very, very nice.
By Toastmasters, you can have the, it's having the Toastmaster logo there.
Alright, so what I will be doing is the volunteers will be coming up here, and then I will give you a prompt. From there, prepare your speech, and then talk for 1 to 2 minutes. That is all. Thank you. Okay.
Is this thing on?
Yes. Yes. Alright, so first of all, anyone would like to volunteer? Alright! Alright, so it's very hard to see, you can't see, it's on my iPad. However, we have here the table topics. Now, please choose your favorite planet. Choose a planet. Alright, that is your prompt. Now, the prompt is, what is a fun or embarrassing first you'll never forget?
Repeat the topic again.
The topic is, what is a funny or embarrassing first time you'll never forget? Stage is yours.
Who here has never participated in a table topic speech? Alfred, you have to be lying. Thankful, you gotta be lying.
Not today.
Others, I believe you. Very truthful people, very good. For me, I have participated in table topics before, but table topics was not my first exposure to impromptu speaking. In fact, my first exposure to impromptu speaking was at the public speaking competition. Not only that, my first public speaking competition. So, imagine you go to a public speaking competition, you get, this is your first time doing an impromptu speech, and the prompt you get is one word. Not a full question like what Nina gave me, but one word. Any guesses on what that one word was? I wish. Unfortunately, no. It was unlike a serendipity event. That word was post. So all the contestants in the competition were given the same word, and while other people would talk about posting on social media or mail posting, I talked about a post I had in the BOD of my Scouts Club in secondary school. So yes, this was a very interesting event for me. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I think that was a very interesting topic, because I could say the same for my first time doing table topics. It was during my second meeting. It was a very serendipitous moment for me as well. Now, next, anyone from the back, please?
Are the ones who raised their hand just now?
Choose a planet. This one was already taken. Choose the. Alright. Okay. So your topic is, describe a time when something didn't go as planned, but somehow turned out for the better. Basically, a serendipitous moment. Stage is yours. Change the topic. Can also?
Yes.
It's okay, I think I'll try.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, you can do it.
Thank you. Okay. So, hi everyone. I'll just do a self-introduction myself. So, my name is Yuhang. So, this is actually my first time doing this kind of table topics, impromptu speech in general. So, okay.
about a topic where describe a time when something didn't go as planned but turned out even better. Well, I remember there was once a time when we, a group of friends of mine, we actually planned after school, we planned to go for badminton. Okay. Well, at first everyone is like, okay, we have to go somewhere and find a place and just to play in general. But however, that day I remember all the courts are booked. Basically, everywhere is not available. And of course, as we are every week we play badminton, we are so anticipating this event. But however, it didn't work out, and everyone was kind of down at the moment. But however, I remember that someone suggested that why not we go eat at a fancy place. So at that time, guess where we go in the end? We eventually went to Leow. Yeah, it's actually amazing that time, and it was at that moment. It was the first time I tried Leow as well. Well, it was a fun experience, I would say. If you know the noodle tossing, then climb all of that stuff. It was fun, yeah, and the food, although it's not the best in the world, but hey, it's one unique experience, and for me, that was a very memorable day to never forget. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Alright, okay. I think it's a really nice moment. Okay, next, I would like to have a fair maiden, a fair Toastmaster, perhaps. Yes, Toastmaster Sherru, please come. Right, choose. This one's done, this one's done. Choose a different planet, please.
You don't want to hope. Let the old man talk.
Okay, your topic for tonight is describe your most dramatic experience of trying something new. Right? Right, the topic is describe the most dramatic experience in trying something new. Is that okay? Can try? Alright, okay. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'll put here. Stage is yours.
Conan the Barbarian.
Choon.
That is Conan.
You don't know Conan, you don't Choon.
First thing I have done very new to me was joining Toastmaster Club. Because I was a very academic oriented person. I always thought to score high in my exam. I won't pay that much attention to like public speaking or interacting with more friends or enhance myself in other skills. So my first experience that is the most terrifying and most incredible to me would be joining Toastmaster Club. My first time delivering and impromptu speaking was not face to face but online. But it was quite refreshing to me. At that time I was talking something about like how I wish to change my life if I can join something that is really new. My second experience that is very new would be taking LRT by myself. I was stuck at a place and not sure which station I should go, but I still managed to ask help from the staff. All in all, new experience might be very terrifying, but if we can step out of our comfort zone, navigate a new frontier, we might shape ourselves to be a better person. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sherru. Okay, alright. Do we still have time for one more? Alright, one more speaker.
Kasih dah orang muda, kau dah banyak kali.
Okay.
Alright, Toastmaster, please. Then
The what?
choose a planet.
No.
Yes. Pink color. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. You have been selected to colonize Mars, but here's the catch: you can only bring 3 things from Earth. What will you bring?
3 things from I bring 3 things.
3 things, yes.
iPhone no service, ma.
Okay.
Kena bring phone.
iPhone no service.
So, good evening everyone. My name is Wan Haris. I'm a new member here. So, related to the topic impromptu speech, the 3 items I wish I can bring when I go to Mars, conquer that planet is, first of all, I really need my phone. You guys know the phone is very valuable to people nowadays. It's like our heart, right? So the second one I want to bring is, it's not called item, but I want to bring my brother, because he always cook for me at home. That's why. So, and when we conquering the Mars, I'm not hungry. And the third is I want to bring my car. My transport. But at least I have transport. Because Mars we know right is gravity is not normal with Earth. So it might float right. But I don't want to walk conquering. I want to write something. So I'm doing that. That's all for me.
Alright, with that, I will conclude the table topics. Back to you, Toastmaster of the beginning.
Our break has come to an end. Please remain seated and be silent.
Oi, dah cukup. Nah, see, us to go out already.
Okay, there's a sense of serendipity that we get a spontaneous general evaluator, Toastmaster Bernard, from BASF KL Toastmaster. Let's welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Bernard, to take over the evaluation session, and the stage is yours.
Okay, Toastmaster Elven. So, hi everyone. My name is Bernard.
Yes.
I don't know how to turn this off.
Hold it.
Button.
Hold it. You just press one. You want the office?
Just officers. Okay. Okay. I'm just put it here for now. Alright. Okay, again. Hello everyone. I am Bernard from BASF Toastmasters Club. I am here today as an impromptu TE apparently. So what I'm supposed to do is very simple. First thing, I am going to introduce my impromptu team of evaluators and role players to give their reports and their evaluations, followed by my report, which will include what I think of this meeting, what can be improved for the meetings to come. Without taking too much time, I'll just go immediately to the very first one. I would like to first introduce and invite to the stage Toastmaster Ding Yun Kiet, Koon Yeat, to the stage to evaluate our very first speaker, Toastmaster Aimaan.
Thank you, our G. First of all, how is today's speech for Aimaan? Good, right. Okay, now I would like to share my opinions about some good points and some things that Aimaan can improve in futures. First of all, I had noticed that Aimaan try to get the audience attention by asking you a lot of questions about life is changing, right? Second, I heard that Aimaan is have a good vocal variety. His speech is very clear. However, sometimes I feel that Aimaan, maybe you can slow down your pace for your speech. Because during in the middles, I think because you are quite too fast and you try to forget something you have to talk and you just stay there for a minute. So I suggest that maybe you can just slow down the pace so that your brain can refresh and get out of point you want to go through. And I also found that you have a very good structure of your speech. You have point like life will change and it comes with risk. And it goes to the risk you have some panic to our life. And you feel panicked. But you say, don't afraid of change. As the change can have some good things in futures. It's a very good structure for you for a speech. However, I feel that sometimes your speech is too surface a bit. Maybe you can go detail a bit in some points. For example, you say, life will change and it comes to some risk. Then maybe you can elaborate more. What risk does the life change will impact our life? Maybe is that some emotional change that given a risk to us? And then at the last, you say that the change is important. However, it doesn't elaborate a lot about what the change is important to us. And just says that, but you give an example is that the change is important, and you give an example is 18th, you feel that our 17 is down, right? 17, you think our 16 is down. This is a good example. Maybe you can use this example to elaborate more about the importance of your change. Like, because you feel that your 16 is always down, 17 is down. For the change, you feel that you are more mature already. This is more elaborate to your speech. And last to your speech, I'd like to challenge you. You are ready for your speech, so that maybe next time, just don't take your phone to speech. Maybe you can just put that alright, because I know that you are ready. Just that you have a phone to make you more confident. Next time, put down your phones, you also will be very confident. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ding. That was a really nice evaluation. You gave off your points, and I like how you used really good examples to show what can be improved. One suggestion I would share, usually at the end of an evaluation, it's good to summarize everything. What were the good points, followed by what can improve, together what do you want to challenge, as a quick refresh to finish it up. Nice evaluation regardless. Next, I would like to invite the second speaker's evaluator, Toastmaster Alfred Lim Casting. Toastmaster, please. Thank you. What do you?
Alfred.
a lot of friends.
Toastmaster Keith, wow, thank you so much for sharing such an adventurous experience in the Matriculation club. Now, there's one main message that really stood out with me. You see, truly hated experience, but that's where it's really live. That means even though those are a tough time, it also brings you some wonderful memories, and that really powerful and meaningful, bringing me back to all those good times in national service, or called PLKN in Malaysia. Now, your speech, what I love so much of speech is first, your voice. Your projection is very clear and loud. So even I was sitting at the back, quite a distance from you, I'm able to hear every single word. That is so much important. Now, secondly, you are a good storyteller. Because I notice you use all of this descriptive language, so they're able to bring us to create more vivid imaginations. For example, there's a room, there's a sound, there's a scenes, so we could really see through from your words. And it's with a bit of drama, then to making your speech much more fun and listen to. Now, in order to elevate your speech to another level, few things that I'd like to share with you. But first of all, try to slow down your speech. As you were trying to build this kind of suspense, especially when the security guards coming towards you, you tend to rush a bit too much. So if I were you, you may consider to do something like this. As you move towards the room, suddenly, there's a footsteps. Someone's walking towards us. Wow. So by doing that, so you'll be able to create more tension. You feel more kind of excitement throughout the speech. And secondly, add more creative comparisons. For example, instead of just mention you were hiding, you can do something like this. You'll feel like a James Bond on a secret mission. Dun, 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 dun. So by doing that, you see that should be much more fun. So summing up, your speech was very clear, exciting, and full of energy, with a little bit of a control of pacings. With some creative touches, your speech will be much more impactful with a great suspense. So looking forward for the future, to listen to more on your future adventures. Good job, bro. Back to you.
Alfred, for that very entertaining evaluation. As with most evaluation, an example or even a demonstration like what he just did is a really good way to put a picture into your mind what you can do the next time. That is something that I think everyone can learn from. Next, I would like to invite the third evaluator, which is Toastmaster Leow to evaluate Toastmaster Sherru.
Wow, that was a really interesting speech by Sherru. And I can say that you really know your voice. It's clear, it's crisp, it's well-paced, and also you know how to compensate the volume with the usage of your mic. Which that is a very interesting thing to see because you can use your stage to the fullest, including what equipment do we have. And for the second thing, is that you can really put a picture in my mind. You can really say that, oh, have you guys ever lost your phone before? That feeling of a missing phone in your pocket. And also to talk about other scenarios, and while you're taking the cash from the ATM, talking about you're calling other people going to the police station itself. It's something that really puts an imagination of the story into our mind. And from that, we could build it up more. From there, what's more you can insert into it, it would be the emotions. While telling a story, it's not just about what happened, why, and the end results. No, it's about the emotions. What do you feel? What are the thoughts? Like when you get to get the cash,
come on, I need to get my cash. Come on. ATM, come on, please work. It's like Spectrum. I say, come on, please work. And sometimes when you got the plate, what the hell? How am I supposed to get to do with the plates? You know, those emotions could be portrayed. And with that emotions, there comes the body language. And therefore it tells the story. And for another part, for the body language, and another one, yes, to really build on that story is to add some suspense. For the first part, you ask, have you guys ever had the feeling of missing a phone, but found it in the end? You could remove the found it in the end because nobody would know. Have you guys ever have you guys ever have a missing phone or something? Then they wouldn't know if you found it or not. That's the suspense. They want to know. They want to know more. Is it found? What do you do with the car plates? What about the card? What about the money? And all of those. Then in the end, you found your phone. And that is the suspense that keeps people listening to your story. That could be really, it's like fishing, you know, or flying kites, really. While you're pulling the audience in, let them fly and pull a little bit closer to the truth. And I'll say to another part where we could be more inclusive to everyone, the audience, is to include translations for the Malay sentences. Yeah, because not everyone could be well versed in Malay. But so all in all, I'll say it was a very interesting story. Very interesting story. And I love your voice, love your projection, love your pacing, and how to work more onto the story would be the emotions, build the suspense, and also adding translations for all. Once again, congratulations to Sherru. You have done a good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Teason, for that. The word that comes to mind is expressive. Because when you hear the way he gave his evaluation, it was like you feel the anger, you feel the frustration and everything. All the vocal variety comes in straight away. That makes it fun in a different way. One suggestion, although I did say having examples and demonstrations are good, try to not have too many, because if you notice, I think when you were going through your last point, you were already running out of time, and then you were rushing your closing. So try to think of it like first you talked about the part where how you want to translate or transition. Give it a very simple, short example, move on to the next one, and then you go done, next one done. So you keep it short, but also a vivid image, so that it's easier to absorb as well. Out of everything said, that is still a good evaluation, I would say. It highlights everything important. And of course, now we will come to our final speakers evaluator. I would like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Siew.
Before I start my evaluation, can anybody tell me what the hell Ikhtifar project is? That's the title. What's the project?
To reflect on the journey of the project.
It shows that I'm being strict here because this is distinguished Toastmaster project. It failed to meet the purpose of the project. When you have a distinguished Toastmaster project, you have need to do three things. Number one, your speech itself must be at the par of the DTM. I can sense that three things are lacking on that part. First, you are being too nervous that you are speaking like a train. End up trying to squeeze everything in the short time, even you go over time. Number one. Number two, regarding the usage of the stage, your body language. Your body language should be show confident as you are a DTM project. Not someone was like him. And when I see your eyes, I know already, you're not looking at us, you're looking on top of us. So, authority through coming out. Let's show authority. That's the speech part. The second part, regarding the project itself. The project must be clear. What the project is, we're going to have allied medical festival, something like that.
Yeah.
So you have to tell us what is your role. Are you just a participant? Are you the leader? Who's your teamwork? Number one. Number two, what did you do? Are you just blackmailing the vendor to get the money? Or are you managing the event by itself? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Number three, which is another part very important. The biggest important part of this project is what do you learn from your experience when doing Distinguished Toastmaster project? What do you learn? One thing that I heard, you're being stubborn. That's all. How about handling other people? How about managing the project? How does your team, how do you allocate time? Do your team manage to do the work that you're assigned to? And how you handle the problem? For example, like the bosses. And those are the things that we want to learn together with you. So, Toastmaster Ikhtifar, I know you are a good Toastmaster. I really know you have the experience. But you do not manage to portray the best to all of us here. So I would like to say, please redo your speech. Do not redo your project. Just redo your speech to become clearer to all of us regarding your project.
Apa next week as apa shout out Toastmasters.
I have to say that was a very
He used back. Take back his WTM.
It's the first time I actually seeing a Distinguished Toastmaster project, so I was quite looking forward to it. It was quite interesting, and having Distinguished Toastmasters like who I have seen him evaluate before really gave a really harsh but very good to the point of what you need to look for, and I think that is something that we all really can learn from. Thank you for that insightful So that is all the evaluations for all the speakers. Now we go to the next one, which is the table topics evaluation, where each and every speaker of the table topic session gets their evaluation. I would like to invite Toastmaster Alisa to the stage so that you can give your evaluations to all of the speakers. Toastmaster Alisa.
So hi, good evening everyone. My name is Alisa, and please don't be too harsh on me. This is my first time being able topic evaluator for tonight.
It's okay.
But I promise I'll do my best. So please do not hate me if I ever critique you. This is just from my point of view. So first of all, our first speaker earlier, his topic was what is a funny and or embarrassing first time he ever experienced. So first of all, I love that he uses just a short hook through a question, like the one-on-one like hook, like as in asking the audience, like for example, like what have you guys ever experienced a funny or embarrassing moment in your entire life? That's your one-on-one hook, and I really love that because sometimes people think that hooks should be a bit longer or try to be like using difficult words. No, we want to hear your content of your speech, not your hook. So that's the first. Second, I love that he is really sharp in his delivery and is really expressive. And you can actually really feel the confidence while he was speaking at front. I was sitting like, even though I'm not exactly sitting at the front, like near the front, I can actually really feel his confidence like truly speaking. And his clear example was also really hilarious. That made me laugh, thank you. But my only feedback is that I noticed that you were standing like near the corner there. Because sometimes I couldn't exactly see you. I have to like do a double take, like where is he? So it's okay, if you're going for that route, you should try like walking to the audience, or you can just use the stage. So yeah, so that's the first one. For our second speaker, his topic was something that didn't turn out as planned but worked for the better. First of all, like it's not related to his speech, but I really love that he's trying his best to try to think of what to say. Even though our Toastmaster earlier offered to change his topic, that's okay. I love his insistence on trying. And the highlight from his speech is his use of body language, like his hands, where he's trying to like, convey his speech. I'm a simple girl. I really love seeing people with their body language. Seeing so much action, it really makes me feel like, whoa, I'm really experiencing it for myself. You can also hear from his tone that he's really confident, even though he had a difficulty with his topic. And he has a really good pace and has enough eye contact. But maybe my only feedback is to just try to calm down a bit. It's okay. I know impromptu speeches are not really that long. You only got 1 or 2 minutes. It's okay. Just focus on the main thing that you really want to see. It's okay. Don't waste on the other part. So our third speaker, Sherru, her topic was most dramatic experience in trying something new. That really stabbed me because I also really have a lot of terrifying experience while trying something new. I'm not really one to try something new, so that's why her speech really hooked me on. So what I'd like to say from her that in the end she really gave a valuable lesson to encourage the audience to try something new. I'm sure we all really need it because we're UM students, we're going to be adults, we're going to be working. Of course we need to try something new. Or if you don't, then you're just going to be hanging by, really depending on others to do those things for you. No, you need to do it for yourself. But my feedback for her is try to look at the audience more, try to be a little bit closer to the front. I'm not saying that your distance is a bit wrong, but sometimes maybe your audience can't exactly see or hear you clearly. But other than that, your speech is really amazing. Thank you. And our final speech, our fourth speaker, 3 items I wish to bring to Mars. First of all, I was taken back by the Mars thing. I really thought it was something else. Number 1, I agree. I will bring my phone. I cannot survive without my phone at all. Thank you. It's great that you try to gauge laughter with the audience. I really love that speeches that comes with entertainment. It's what makes us as audience hooked to a speech, right? It's not going to be all static wise and just monotone or so. You want to engage the audience, try to make them laugh or something, throw a joke. I can see that he's visibly nervous, but I understand because this might be your first ever speech you give in Toastmasters. But it's okay, I understand. I was also in your place. I was also really terrified. Maybe my feedback is to give enough time for you to breathe. It's okay. I know, again, I have to remind you that impromptu speeches are not really that long. But you are free to calm down, give yourself a second, and try to think of what you're trying to say next. So all in all, all 4 speakers successfully delivered their impromptu speeches with enough courage, and that is something I really admire the most about their speeches today. So please keep it up for future speeches. Thank you.
Now you said it was your first time giving a table topics evaluation. When you came on stage, you were a bit uncertain. But when you started giving your evaluation, you were actually quite confident in delivering your evaluation. So I think you did a really good job. You made it just nice how you gave 1 good point, 1 suggestion, 1 good point, 1 suggestion for each speakers. And that is just more than enough when it comes to a table topics evaluation because there's so many speakers. And it's actually a really hard role to take. So, applause. I would like to invite, this is the first time I've seen this, the Table Topics Masters Evaluator, Toastmaster Junaaid, to the stage.
Zhen, can you read the speech?
The project.
Toastmaster Nina, having you as our table topic master tonight is our serendipity. The other audience benefit. Toastmaster Nina, she is the first time table topics master today, so she is taking active listening and level 3 active listening. The purpose of this project is to serve as a table topic master and to perform as the active listener to every speaker's speech. Toastmaster Nina, I would like to share 3 goods and 2 improvements for you today. First, as a host, you will introduce how the table topic session goes. It's important as today we have quite many new faces, and not today, every meeting we might have many new faces or some new faces. They might not know what is the table topic session. So you did well in introducing what is this session, how they can participate in the table topic session. Second, your topics is creative. Creative in the not only creative in the questions, you're also creative in how you present the topics, how you present the questions to the participants. I like what you showing. You let them to choose a planet, and then they have to choose the planet they like, and then you show the topics to him, her, and everyone. And also the questions are related to the theme and quite easy for us to understand. Third, you write out every speaker's speech. This is important also, as this determines whether you complete this project or not, active listening. So I would say, congratulations, you have completed. Because you listen to well, and even though you can write up and summarize what they are speaking and give your opinions. 2 improvements. First, when the speakers come out to the stage, remember to let them to introduce themselves, introduce your name. Yeah, the name is important. As I noticed that below the stage, our workplace, like our Grammarian, our counter, and some they are asking about who is this. They want to record their report, and then we don't know who is the first speaker, who is the second speaker. So it's important to let us know who are the table topic speakers' name. Let them introduce first before they start to speak. Second, to spice up the introduction of table topic session, perhaps introduce how the table topic session goes. You also can introduce the timing. Let the timer, you can introduce the timer to show the timing cut. Like 1 minute is green, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow, 2 minutes red. And then after 2 minutes 30 seconds will be overtime like that. Overall, you will introduce the table topic session, we introduce how it works, and the topic is creative, and you write out every speaker's speech. You may work out on ask the speakers to introduce themselves first before they start to speak, and remember to state the table topics timing, 1 to 2 minutes. That's all from me. Congratulations, and thank you for your evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zhen, for the evaluation for active listening. That is I would say in the beginning it's quite a challenging project because you have to listen to every person's speech. Then you have to give your feedback, not really a feedback, but more response, so that you show that I'm listening to what you're saying and I acknowledge it. Good job. Now, with that, I believe we go to the next part, which is the voting for the best evaluator, as all of the evaluators are out.
Remember guys, you should vote. You should not vote for someone.
This time no error.
I should have screenshotted for the user to see.
saw 0 votes for Toastmasters, I vote.
Yes, don't vote for me, don't vote for me, don't vote for me.
He got too many already.
Cincang kau you know?
We have a result.
Lama sangat kan?
Yes, we have a result.
Great. So that is the voting completed. After evaluators, the next one we go to my impromptu technical role players. Impromptu for me.
He's being bitter.
Alright. First, I would like to invite our grammarian for today, our English teacher, Toastmaster Chloe.
So before I begin my report, I'd like to mention that I'll definitely go over time. I'm highly unorganized in terms of these reports, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'll start with grammatical errors, and I like to separate this, categorize this errors into Ikhtifar's errors. Okay, let me start with just Ikhtifar's errors. Don't worry, the rest of you I don't categorize that way. But it's just like his DTM, you know. Okay, first thing is, I'm here to present about a project.
Louis, I wouldn't come to your club anymore.
Hey, jangan. Okay, I cut you off. Okay, I'm here to present about a project. This is a mistake that I've seen a lot of times. So normally you just cut out the about. So it's, I'm here to present a project. Okay. Next is, how about the other type of professions? So professions is plural. So how about the other types of professions? Okay. Okay. This one, another thing that I've heard many times is, so the picture. So this is normally said when someone wants to paint you a picture of like a scenario. So I would suggest to use, let me paint you a picture, instead of saying, so the picture. Okay. Next thing is having a thick face. It's having thick skin, not face. Okay. Okay. Bigger authority is higher authority. So it's a hierarchy. So it's higher. Okay. Okay. Don't have the authority to back up it. It's don't have the authority to back it up. Okay. I need to. That's all from Ikhtifar's.
Definitely will not come to your club anymore.
Hey, I already minus a few lah. Okay. Next is, okay, the other grammatical errors which I wish to highlight. I will organize them in terms of sessions so that it's easier to pinpoint. Okay. First is project speech session. During this session, I caught why when I want to get my hair cut. So when you ask a question like why, after that you should write a verb or like a noun. So it's more, you should say, why is it when I want to get my hair cut? Okay. Next is looking forward for the speech is looking forward to the speech. To get my deliver food should be to get my delivery. Or is it food delivery? Yes, because it's a noun. And deliver is a verb. Okay? And next, okay, the last one for this project speech session is, it isn't just simply pass around. It's supposed to be, it's not something I can simply just pass, let pass or something. Yeah. So, okay, next session, the table topics. So these are the errors that I caught in the table topic session. But however, so these are both synonyms, so use either one. But or however, on its own. Next is, we were so anticipated the event. So anticipated is a verb already, so you can just say, we anticipated the event. Next is, oh, this one. Okay, this phrase is is very like impactful. So try to phrase it well in terms of grammar. So, I don't want to walk conquering. I just want to drive, something like that. So I would suggest you rephrase that and say, I don't want to conquer by walking. I want to conquer by driving. So this would be more impactful. Okay. Next is the evaluation session. Okay. So these are the errors that I caught. In futures, so future, there's only one. So in the future. Okay. Don't afraid of change. Afraid is an adjective, so don't be afraid of change. Next is, what equipments do we have? So in this context, right, when you want to, how do I say this? This is supposed to be said in like a statement. So if you're asking a question like, what equipments do we have, that's correct as a question. But if you're going to say something like, oh, I want to check what equipments do we have, that's incorrect. You need to say, what equipments, actually we do, it is correct. What equipments we do have. Yes, okay, what equipments we do have. So you just need to swap the do and we, okay? Next is at the par, it's supposed to be on par. Prepositions. Okay, this is a choice of words. So introduce the timings. I would suggest to use demonstrate the timings, okay? Because we're talking about the time you're showing the cards, so demonstrate. Another choice of words that I would highlight is, the phrase is, they thought that the AI was not working. So in the context of the sentence, it's supposed to be, they thought that the AI was inaccurate. Okay. So that's the errors, the grammatical errors, okay? Here's a suggestion I would like to make. Whenever you give a speech, there are many speeches here that they like to use one certain word. So I'm very sorry for the first speaker, but I have to say it's change, okay? Please don't take this as a personal attack, but this is a very common thing. What? Okay, yeah, so a lot of speeches, they like to highlight the same words over and over again throughout their speeches. Is it the first speech?
It's the first speech, right?
Yeah, first speech, sorry. Yeah, so a word that is repeated throughout that speech is change. But I would like to suggest to use synonyms of change to add more dimension to your speech. All right, so transition, shifting, altering, these kind of things invoke different emotions as well. It kind of highlights how daunting it is and how scary it is for change to happen. So that's something I like to suggest to everyone here. Okay. Okay. So mispronounced words. Okay. H-E-A-D. How to say it? Head. So when you're heading somewhere, it's not heed, it's head. Head. Okay? Phone. I heard food. Phone. Okay? Favorite. This is okay. I can understand this could be challenging to some because the R is a bit difficult to pronounce, right? Especially for Mandarin speakers. So favorite. So you can say a bit faster. Favorite. Okay. And language. Language. There's a U in there, so language. When you want to describe the voice, clear and crisp, it's C-R-I-S-P. So clear and crisp. What I heard was fish and chip. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we're looking there's a chick and crisp. So don't say chick and crisp. Okay, it's crisp. Okay. 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 So that's all for the mispronunciations. Okay.
Good usage.
Good usage. I only have one. I'm sorry. Sorry. This is just like a nice quote, okay? Life isn't life without challenges by Ocean.
The first one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first one.
Aimaan, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. Good job.
Very hard, no. Very hard, no.
Sorry. Okay. So wait. Actually, one thing I'd like to highlight here, because this is something that a lot of people get mixed up with, even me, even myself. The difference between talking and speaking when you use these words. So it's not the same, by the way. They imply different things. So speaking is normally when only one person is speaking to a lot of people. But talking is when there's one listener involved. So mostly in conversations. So talking to someone and speaking to everyone. So try to look up on the usage of those two words. And I will also suggest to work on your S's. Because the S's, right? A lot of Mandarin speakers, my club, Kasi, right? A lot of Mandarin speakers there. A lot of people like to add S's to every word.
Same here.
Maybe because when I was in primary school, a lot of people mentioned. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'll skip that part out. Anyway, word of the day usage: Elven 1, Aimaan 1, Sherru 1, Conan 1, Nina 1, and Zhen 1. Woo! Yay! How many? How long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes.
10 minutes?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm in the university, but it felt a lot more educational than I get in my club.
Invite her.
Yeah, I can. This Chloe, the English teacher. But I have to say that was a very elaborate and comprehensive grammarian report, and I like that she actually split into sections to make it easier for people to follow where it was taken from. Because most of the time in the grammarian report, it's very general. So there are some people who want to know, was it my mistake or where did they get it from, so that they can remember better. So a really good report on that, although the time is a bit of a no-no. So with that said, let's move on to the next one. I would like to invite our R counter for the R counter report, Toastmaster Xiang, to the stage.
Thank you. Okay, hello. So I'll be your R counter. Oh, sorry, I am your R counter. Okay, so there's quite a lot actually, because some of you guys, you were nervous and you guys said those kinds of words like and so you guys said it unconsciously. So I wrote it down.
I counter one.
You might actually have a bit more than the others. Okay, so I'll start my report. So Elven Xiang Kaixing, 2 souls, 1 us, 1 has, and 1 bird. Li Zijun, 2 1 ss, 1 us, 1 perhaps. And then Aimaan, that's 6 and 4 so, 1 it's, 1 okay so, 1 ya, 1 I mean. Then Siew Yi Ki, 4 6 1 3 and 5 so. There's also 1 when, 1 okay so. Then T Sherru, there's 3 so, 1 plastic, 1 on my way, 1 I ask, and 2 hands. Mohamed Ikhtifar Rafi, there's 6 and 2 so. 2 I mean, 1 actually. Nina Batrisya, there's 2 there's 1 and, there's 1 so. Then Yeat, there's 2 2 and. Next there's Alfred, there's 1 so. Okay, and Zhen, there's 3 and 1 I mean. And Siew, there's only 1 Yes. Heaven, yeah. Alisa, there's 2 and 2 so. 5 like, 1 actually, and 1 bird. Chloe, there's 2 1 and 3 so, and also 1 like. Lin Xiu, there's no postulus. Lin Xiu. Okay. Conan, there's 1 and 2 so. Yuhan, there's 11 okay, 2 1 N, 1 so, and 4 per. Harry, there's no pause fillers. And Burnett, there's only 1 per. So you guys don't have to worry that much about those fillers that is 1 or 2. The ones you have to look out for are the ones that's more than 5. Right?
Okay, Toastmaster Lee for the concise report. Yes, usually our counter is the one that tells you everything. And I think he did that pretty well today. One thing I would suggest, but this is more of a personal opinion, when you are the R counter, one good way to end it is to, one thing is not to say summarize, but maybe give a suggestion. Based on your report, what are the common ones you see? What's a suggestion you can think that can help them to reduce it? Maybe, for example, what is the word of the day? Ah. How do you reduce it? Take pauses. Slow down, think, then continue. That's just as an example. Now we go on to the next report, which is the timer's report. I would like to invite Toastmaster Xiang to the stage.
Okay, I'll be quick. So this is my timer's report. So for the project speech segment, we have 4 speakers in total, and the first 3 speakers, which is Toastmaster Aimaan, Toastmaster Keith, and Toastmaster Sherru, they did their speech on time. And as for Toastmaster Ikhtifar, he used 12 minutes and 9 seconds, which overspent 1 minute and 39 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, next for the table topic segment, we have 4 speakers in total. Fortunately, all of the speakers, which is Toastmaster Conan, Toastmaster Yuhang, Toastmaster Sherru, and Toastmaster Haris, they they did their speech on time. Yeah, congratulations. And moving forward to the table topics evaluation, also use 5 minutes and 20 seconds, which is also on time. And for the project speech evaluation, Toastmaster Yeat, Toastmaster Alfred, Toastmaster Zhen, and Toastmaster Siew. Only one of them, which is Toastmaster Zhen, overspent 12 seconds. Okay, just a little bit, it's okay. Okay, thank you. And as for the table topics master evaluation, the also overspent 15 seconds, just a little bit, never mind. Okay, moving forward to the last session, which is the role players report. The Grammarian Toastmaster Chloe used 10 minutes and 20 seconds, which overspent 6 minutes and 50 seconds. But thank you, it is a very valuable lesson for us. And for the art council, overspent 20 seconds, which he used 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And as for me, the timer, I used 1 minute and 50 seconds. Okay,
Now,
G report.
Although it's not in the agenda, it's time for my table topics, which is my impromptu GE report. I'll keep it within 5 minutes. Very simple. First, to start, I really enjoyed the meeting today. Very organized, the way the seating is, everyone is easy to see the stage. To come up to the stage is easy, to get off the stage is also very easy, so that's a really good thing to start. Something I would like to suggest when you give the house rules, I think we only realized it just now when Ikhtifar's speech was getting interrupted constantly. I think it would be nice when for future meetings, try to think of the exits that they can use. If there's a further one that's away from the stage, you can suggest to them that from the start. So other than that, I think you gave a good house rules from the start. Very good. President's opening. President is the one that always starts the meeting, sets the mood, and I think Zhen did the job well. Followed by Toastmaster of the day, the MC of the day, and I would say you were the entertainer of the day as well. So you gave us a really lively MC session the whole way. You hosted it very well, and I think everyone enjoyed the session more because of how you carried the thing as well. There were times where you were funny, there were times you were I don't know if it was intentional, sometimes it was a bit blurred, but then it just worked out. And that is the thing that when it comes to being a Toastmaster of the day, it's difficult because you have to put yourself up there. But when you get it to the point where you're comfortable to do it, you can pretty much do everything that you want to. And I think you did a very good job. Next, table topic master. Very nice table topics, very creative. I like the idea of using planets to create your choices. Suggestion. Suggestion. When you start, this was something that Junaaid highlighted just now. When you introduce yourself as the table topic master and also table topics, always make sure to introduce and share how much time do they have, how long is the speech, 1 to 2 minutes. Demonstrate by asking the timer, show the lights or card, 1 minute for green, 1.5 yellow, 2 minutes for red. Then pink, that is the bell. So that is something that would be good to start the table topic session. Next is when you introduce your topics. This is something that even sometimes I forget to do. When you introduce a topic, it will be always, there is a way to do it. We always go, show them the question. Okay, Toastmaster Ikhtifar, title, Toastmaster Ikhtifar. That is how you present it. So they are able to hear the question again, keep that in mind, then they can continue. And this is a highlight for everyone. In Toastmasters, usually it is a tradition when you hand over the stage, there's 2 ways. One is either handshake or you do a quick bump. Very simple. It's it's a nice way to hand off the stage and get on the stage as well. So when you're done with your speech, stay on the stage until either the Toastmaster of the day or whoever the one is in charge of the round will come up, pass the stage. That is why it's passing the stage. Then change. That is how you smoothen out the transition of stage movement. But table topic session was really nice. I really enjoyed it. Good questions. And I think all the speakers did a really good job with that. Now let me think. Next is evaluators. I covered all of them just now roughly. All the evaluators did a really good job. I think everyone learned something from each of them in a really good way. And with our role players, I also covered it already, that's why I won't keep long. Good English teacher today. Then we have a very concise first, the R counter that really tells you everything. Just a suggestion is try to give a suggestion next time at the end of your report. Then timer, good job, you were on time, just as what a timer should be doing. And yes, I think with all that said, the only main thing I want to highlight is really just the transitioning of the stage. Make sure to handshake or bow if you prefer not to handshake. And then for when you introduce the house rules, try to figure out how many exits you have, which one is easier for people to go out so that it's not so distracting for the speakers. And finally, thank you for having me today. And thank you for giving me the chance to be having a table topics out of nowhere. It was a really fun meeting. I will probably come again for sure. My office is right there.
Yeah.
Elven, next I will hand this over to Elven.
Where are we? Yes, we are at the last stage of the session. And thank you our spontaneous Jimmy Toastmaster Bernard for hosting the general evaluation session. Although sometimes, with his long hair, he looks like beyond, for those who know beyond. Anyways, it's the moment that everyone is waiting for. It's a moment of announcing the best project speech speaker. And can I have some drum roll, please? But definitely not Ikhtifar, I know. Joking. Can I have more drum roll? Best speaker is... Best speaker is...
Too much already.
Okay, the best speaker is Toastmaster Chief.
Evaluator Koon Yeat.
Yeah.
So am I.
Toastmaster Alfred.
It's me, Alfred.
Okay, thank you for presenting Keith. Cameraman.
Keith.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, for this fighting.
You need to Photoshop him out.
Photoshop him.
Oh, one more. Yes. You have to pretend to be Keith for another moment.
Okay.
2, 3.
Okay, good.
Best table topics.
Alright. Okay. Next, the best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Conan. Wow.
Later push in tailors.
Yes. Okay, good.
Okay. Congrats. We have the best evaluator. The best evaluator is Ikhtifar. Evaluator.
Reverse.
Okay, thank you. You have too many lectures.
Last but not least, we also would like to present our heartfelt gratitude to our general evaluator, even though I know it's spontaneous. Thank you, Toastmaster Bernard. Let's come to
Tuntun lah, benar tuntun lah.
Can you go behind? Okay.
Okay, I know the time is running, so I will pass this stage to our presiding officer, Zhen. The stage is yours.
Thank you everyone for joining. Before I start, may I have someone help me to control and rewind back the slide? Rewind back the slide to the correct one.
Oh, you got humorous ah?
With that, we have observed 4 prepared speakers and 4 table topic speakers and also evaluators who navigating the new frontiers in their own aspects and how era it joined. Here are our upcoming meetings. I would like to express on the next week our UMTMC 400 meeting and also UMTMC dinners are served on 7/15. And then only for those who come physically.
Yes, and whoever wants to come on the 14th, please RSVP. If not, there's nothing to eat.
Send link. I want to eat.
And for the 33rd, we're still packing with the club, so I will announce whether is this meeting still goes on afterwards. And then remember to vote also. We will also spam inside the WhatsApp group. And then just to let us know, we are having our humor speech and table topics contest on Sunday, 1st June at KPSUM. So we are looking for those contestants role players. And then stay tuned. We will share the Google form. And wait, for the contestant, every UMTMC paid members are eligible to attend the contest.
Participants?
Participants. So stay tuned. We will